I'm going to do a little bit of market research. Video I made last week, right? In the comments, somebody said, film is dead. It's too expensive. Um, and then I was like, well, a roll of film is, or you can get a 36 exposures of FOMO 100 for like $5.99. But I home develop mostly, like 95% of what I do. I develop myself. I do my own scanning. And I've been doing it long enough where it seems super cheap because right, I'm just to the point where I'm just sort of like it kind of reuse or the consumable part is kind of all I pay for now, and I know how to get it down cheap. Right, I sort of have forgotten maybe like what some of the startup costs were, and somebody was just like, what does it cost to have film, right, processed and scanned and prints or whatever, and I felt a little out of touch with being able to give answers to that. And then it was this sort of a coincidence that my cousin reached out to me. He's the owner operator of Royal We Film Lab, and he asked me to look at his website and give him feedback on ordering and the prices. So I was like, I'll do this market research for him, where I'll look at ordering, and then I'll compare it to a bunch of others. The bunch of others comes from some film labs in the Portland, Oregon area where I live, some that I've used and know a little bit about. And then I just grabbed a bunch more that were that I know are popular or come up in Google searches, and we're going to do a little compare here. And I'm doing this live. I have not. The only one I've looked at his a little bit in advance, but the other ones we're gonna find out together. I'm gonna go with sort of what I know the most about, which is gonna be black and white. So let's do a roll of black and white. Of course, I want scans, right? I think most people that are sending it in, right, they don't do their own developing, and they also don't have their own scanner. So I'm gonna choose a develop and scan. It says top quality TIFFs and JPEGs. And notice that there's only one scan option. So I think what's typical, I bet what we'll see is a lot of places are going to do some price differentiation on the quality of scans. And here he's just saying, I only do top quality scans. And actually, if I want to do even larger scans for 9x, well, I guess he is doing a little bit, right? But it's like the base level is Noritsu, 140 megabyte, 24 megapixels, 16-bit TIFFs, right? So the maximum quality that you can get out of a Noritsu. that's his base level, right? So then if you want to pay $9 for camera scans, which why is it more? It's more megapixels, but that's also it's going to be somebody doing it by hand. A contact sheet, right? That is a rare. I don't remember the last time I saw that as an optional add-on. I'm not going to price it, but it is cool that for $2 to $4 I could get a contact sheet. Pulling and pushing up to 3 stops. That is unusual. Usually only see 1 or 2. And he's also not charging more for it, which is unusual, but I'm going to take it. I can choose my developer. That is awesome. I imagine a lot of people won't know, but he can say no preference. And then there is a free option for cutting and sleeving, which I'm sure is related to his automatic processes or semi-automatic. And then if I want to engage a person's time, right, I can pay more to have a different type of sleeving. Prints, I can decide after I've seen them. And so I'm going to get, right, developed. I'm going to get 36 140 megabyte TIFF files. And I don't have it on here. See, turnaround time is next day. 1 to 2 days for black and white 120. So basically talking about 1 day turnaround time. And let's add it to the cart. because maybe a possible hidden price in here is shipping. Now I probably wouldn't actually just do one roll, right? But shipping is $2.95. So, right, I could sort of make this worth a little bit more of my time and money if I threw multiple rolls in here. And then I got to add the price of like I had to get it to him. Now, of course, if you have a lab nearby, that's going to help a lot because then you don't have to pay for shipping. But he's got it down to $2.95. So we're under $20. I think for this analysis, I'm going to ignore the price of me getting the film to him. So $19.95. And again, just kind of, right, some things that stand out to me is that the scan quality is 24 megapixel, 16-bit TIFFs. I could choose my developer. He didn't charge extra for the push. And definitely had some nice little options in there if I was interested in those things. Okay. Next. Blue Moon. Yeah, Pentax 17 is out. So let's see. They also sell cameras. So I gotta see. Photolab. Send us your film. Sounds like what I want. 35 millimeter, black and white. Oh, what kind of film is this? I'm gonna do FP4 plus. Let's do what people are probably gonna be sending in. HP5 is not already developed. Special processing requirements. I don't know. Yes. Let's go with a push of 1. Is your film one of these special formats? I think it is normal. Is my film 10 years old? Is over 10 years old? Yes. No. I don't know. I'll go with no. It's interesting. I'll go with no. Is your film soaked? What does that mean? I might know what it means, but it's interesting that it looks like I can click on that. What did it do? I can't tell what it did. I'll just say no. Special instructions, no prints, scanning, premium TIFF. I want it WeTransfer. Yeah, I do want this. Okay, I can put in an email address for them to send it to. WeTransfer is also how RoyalWe does it. And then film. This gigantic footer is in my way. Film finishing, standard cut. Let's do cut. Is it going to charge me more for this? Cut into 6s. More options. So cut into 6s. I'll be curious as to see. I might come back to the standard cut, but I'm curious if it's going to charge me more for the cut in 6s. Add to my order. Whoops, some data is missing. Scan it. Please enter a valid email address. Okay. I'll put my email address. Add the order. $44.50. And I'm not even quite sure what got me that high. I'm going to guess it's the premium TIFFs. So let me... Can I edit this? All right, moving on. Next website. Okay, the Shutterbug. Mailing in black and white. Digital scans. Yep. Return to the sender. Add to cart. $18. Okay, that was very fast. What did I choose? What did I not get to choose, right? I didn't get to choose push-pull. I don't know what my scans are. Huh. Okay, not... Citizens Photo. I've used Citizens before. I've also used Blue Moon before. Let's see. Pricing. Film processing. Printing with scanning. Film processing. So black and white, $6 per roll. And turnaround time is 24 hours. Pushing is an extra $2. So I'm going to push. That's $8. But what about scanning? So scanning, uncut negatives. So it's going to be $8.50 for the roll, but that's a 6 megapixel JPEG. If I want TIFFs, it's an extra $1. So $9.50 plus the $8 is $17.50. And that's 6 megapixel TIFFs. And they actually don't offer a mailback service. So I could mail it to them and have them do this, but I wouldn't be able to get my negatives back. Okay, where am I? Portland Pro Photo. Lab. Black and white film developing. $10.25. So that's for the developing. What about scans? Prints are $3 a print. Pushing is $3.50, so that's $13.75. A contact sheet is $12. And oh, am I down to prints? I can't even find scans. This place wants me to have it developed and order prints. Oh, film scanning services. 35 millimeter whole roll Pro TIFF, $30 for the high TIFF, Pro TIFF. So we are, I kind of forgot, but it's something like almost $45 if I want high full TIFFs. If I'm okay with JPEGs, which, I was, Citizens was interesting. It's only 6 megapixel, but at least it was a TIFF file for an extra buck, right? I don't, getting stuck with a JPEG, right? Sharpening is going to get baked in. All right, Richard's Photo Lab. Developing, scanning, film turnaround. Noritsu, 5 business days. If I want it scanned on the Noritsu. Developing, start an order. 35, black and white. Yes, I want scans. I want the Noritsu. Universal scans. Wow. I wonder what that is. Large project scans. I mean, it's interesting. It's like $15 to $20. It's not like $8 versus $60. I definitely don't want web scans that screams low quality. I mean, universe sounds so big, right? It's like the whole universe, but somehow large project is bigger. Let's just go with large project. And I don't know. Oh, here it is. So Universal is 18 megabyte. 18 megabytes. Ooh, not even 2000 by. It's not even 6 megapixel. That does not sound like the universe. Even large project scans are 45 megabytes, 12 megapixel. So still not that big. Scan preference. Oh, that's interesting. You can upload maybe a color profile. Let's have it pushed. Cut. Panoramic. I don't care. No prints. Quantity. Add to the cart. It's really thinking about what I've ordered. All right, we can already do math here, and it's what, $31.48, and that's before shipping. Shipping's gonna be calculated at the next step. I don't want to have to type in my personal address for this video, so I'm skipping. Gelatin Labs, mail-in film developed. Place your mail-in order. Do I want the simple way or the customized way? Streamline options, choose the look and feel, less options for uncomplicated. You know, I'm going to go with the custom experience. Black and white is 11. Extra 75 cents to push. Pro TIFF. Ooh, super pro TIFF. Let's see the specs. Super Pro. Okay, so Pro is 6 megapixel. Super Pro is 24. 170. So that's what Royal We is getting us, this Super Pro 2X TIFF. $24. Oh, that's interesting. So you can sort of choose a contrast level. That's kind of nice. I mean, I would plan on editing my own TIFF files. But if you're somebody who's like, yeah, I want my scans, I want my negatives, but I also don't, I'd sort of like my photos just to kind of come back with a look, right? You could specify kind of a default contrast. That's nice. Printing options, contact sheet, $16. Scan level. Ooh, is that really going to be $18 for my contact sheet? Turnaround. It's not 1 day. 4 to 9 days. Add to cart. So $36. Okay, the dark room. Scan size, super scan, no prints. Did I choose black and white? I don't. Did I do that? I don't feel like I specified black and white. Oh, here. No prints. Super scan. Start the order. I guess I don't have to specify if it's black and white. Push pull. Let's push it. $3 more for that. Is it going to tell me what those scans are? Or is it just going to call them super scans? All right, so $30. What was Jason? Royal We was including shipping, $19.95. With shipping, $29.95. And I don't know what super scans are. Am I gonna take a second to find out? I'm not. I'm just gonna let it be. Whatever super scans are, they sound great. The Reformed Film Lab. I like the looks of their homepage. Yeah. Lab services. Order black and white. Yeah, large scans. No prints. Now this felt easy and quick. What if I want a push. See, return shipping is $6. So it's going to end up being $28. And I also don't know what large scans is. Okay. Now, I've sort of assumed that we want large scans. Like, maybe you don't. I don't know. It's like, I scanned at about 20 megapixels, 24, but I have a border, so something like 20 megapixels. And it's a little bit too much, really. Like, you don't, for most black and white film, probably 8 to 12 is, or 16 is plenty. I mean, not for like a Cross or Delta 100, right? You actually sort of want 24 megapixel. All right, State Film Lab. Develop my film. 35 millimeter. Nope, black and white. I'm starting to get annoyed with all these like names for scan levels that it's like Pro Scan, except there's something beyond Pro Scan. Pro Scan XL. Yes. Write the speed on the roll. Okay. Contact sheet, proof print, scan format, TIFF. 34. Add to the cart. With shipping, 42. 44. I got it. Oh, and taxes. So 44. I mean, the first feedback I'm going to give Royal We is, right, is their prices are probably too cheap. So, and he's been much cheaper than everything else. Okay, keep going. New York City Film Lab. Lab services. Black and white. Here we go. Extra large TIFF scans. Cut and sleeve. $4? That's interesting. So there's no way for me to get them cut. If I want them cut, I gotta pay $4. No sleeves. 25 cents. I mean, if you didn't want your negatives, right? Toss the negatives. I'm going to do cut and sleeve next day. Oof. I don't know what next... I mean, Royal We does next day, so sort of want to see what that would be. 25 plus shipping. All right. Fromex Film Services. Film developing. $7.50 per roll. Scans range from $9 to $27 per roll based on resolution. And they've got an ordering form. Oh boy. I'm not gonna go through this. Okay, next one. Boutique Film Lab. Black and white. 35 millimeter. Process and scan. Process and auto scan. Ooh. I don't know. Scan size, 16 inches. I don't know what that means. Push. All right, $17. Oh. So whatever auto scan saved me a good amount of money. But I don't know what that is. I'm interested though. Auto scan. No, I'm gonna not do auto scan. No, Dust correction. So Royal We didn't specify if they do dust correction. I know that they do on color film, which this is not color film. Did I specify this is they're going to do dust correction? So I wonder if that's manual. I'm going to say no. $20. But I don't know what this means. Scan size. It's interesting that scan size is in inches. All right, Boutique Film Lab was not a crazy price. Unless I want auto scan. Did that make it cheaper? 17. I'm going to move them to the front. In terms of price, it's been the only one that's even in the ballpark. Let's see. Already did that one. Mike's camera. Mike's camera. Where? Oh, here it is. Fill out an order form, print a free shipping label, and send the film in an envelope. Okay. Black and white. High res. $35. PhotoWorks. Submit online. Okay. Wants me to register. Submit by mail. Okay. Some kind of got a matrix. Black and white film. Push pull. $12. Plus deluxe tips. $28. No, super deluxe. $40. I don't know, $40. Photo 60 shopping. Photo Lab. What are we doing? Photo C41, right? They want you to know about C41. And I don't want you to help me. I mean, I sort of do need help. I don't want help from you. It's like I want processing, but I don't want C41. Right, it's for color. Do they not do... They might not do black and white. They don't do black and white. Process 1. Film processing. Black and white film processing. $6. Okay, now we're talking. Add digital film scans with your prints. $5. So now we're up to $11. Okay. Scan resolution is... What's 2.4 times 3.6? Oh, less than 10 megapixel, but that's sort of okay for a lot of films. They're using Xtol. Each picture is inspected for ideal contrast and density. Scans are JPEG files, TIFF files on request. Notice it doesn't say for $20. It just says on request. All right, so I'm interested. This place is sort of interesting. I wonder what their order form looks like. It is not too complicated. Sort of looking for any hidden cost. Cut and sleeve the film into strips. Special instructions. Upload scans to Dropbox. Or save the scans to a USB drive. Alright, this place is interesting. Process One, a real photo lab since 1984. If you order prints and scans, you get a discounted price of $4.99 per roll on scanning the roll. Oh, I see. If I don't get the prints. So let's say I just do the processing is 6 plus 8 is up to 14. 14 plus, I wonder how much to send it back. I didn't have a lot of options here. But if I was just looking for XTOL development, box speed development, and just trying to go on the cheap, I didn't quite get... I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I didn't quite see a shipping price, right? To ship it back to me. Again, if you were somebody who didn't care about getting your negatives, right? All right, I'm going to move this one to the front here too. That's a good one. Okay, here. Memphis. Now, I know some people who like this place. Services. 35 millimeter. Black and white. Ultra TIFF. No prints. See, what is Ultra TIFF? Ultra TIFFs are the 24 megapixel and they're TIFFs. So it's pretty comparable to the Royal We. Didn't have a lot of choice there. Push, pull, etc. $16, and then what about to get it shipped? Delivery. Don't want to do that. I don't want to give you my email right now. All right, Memphis Film Lab. Oh, you guys just saw my email address. Everybody's going to email me. Yeah, don't want to accidentally show you my address. But that's another one I'm going to move to the front. So now we're up to 3 there. Bigs. Let's do bigs. Looks like I got maybe 5 more after this. We're cruising. Filters, spiff. Oof. Bigs camera. 35mm black and white film and high-res scans and upload. $21. That's it. All right. They get points for ease, except I don't quite know what I chose. But all right, Oscar's Photo Lab. Black and white order form. I can specify the quantity, the scans, and the prints. Format TIFF, so I could say super resolution. The short dimension is 2000. So that's not super resolution. That's not. Sorry, it's not super resolution. And I don't know what it's going to cost me. This is in San Francisco too. You can get away with things like this in San Francisco. Prices, services. I don't want to just discard you that fast, Oscar, but I sort of need to know your pricing. Okay, 35mm black and white, $10. Scanning. Super TIFF. Oh, it's a single frame. I was like, oh, that's cheap. A single frame. $20. So $30. You know, in terms of like our pricing, right? We've been sort of anywhere from like just under 20 to we've already done that one, to like almost $50. Again, if we want high resolution scans. Bedford. I chose this one because this was back in my hometown. Cameras. You guys see it? I know they do developing. I'm going to give it 10 seconds if I can't find it in 10 seconds. Sorry, Bedford. Cameras, lenses, audio, accessories, packages, events, pics, gear, products, deals, accounts, sign-ins, registers, photos. Oh my god. Sorry, Bedford. Have I already done this one? Starting to look familiar. That means that it's about time to wrap up. Black and white services, $10 with a adding a push is $8.80. Okay, $19. And what about scans? Scans? Maybe it's not under film developing. Services. Man, am I going crazy? Scans. I don't know. You lost me at $9 for a push. I mean, I get it because like you might move on. It's like instead of a machine now it's a person, but that's pretty expensive. Austin camera. Here we go. 12 megapixel. That's not super high res, but that's good enough most of the time. Ooh, a week. That's all the choice I get. So price is not too bad, $19. But I haven't paid for shipping yet, and not a lot of choice, and only 12 megapixel. I reached the end. That's the end. So hopefully I got the one that you were interested in. But now back to Jason at Royal We. So the feedback I'm going to give him. His prices are crazy good, especially if you want top quality, whatever. 140 megabyte, 24 megapixel Noritsu scans. If I was somebody who didn't want that, right, I might give this place a try. The contact sheet is a cool option. It's definitely much cheaper than I saw in other places. This flexibility and push-pull was basically unmatched, especially not only in what you can choose, but the fact that it's not extra. Right, there's no dollars attached to that. I think this was the only place where I was able to specify a developer. Right, I saw some places that were charging just to do any cutting and sleeving. And the $2.95 shipping was definitely, I didn't see anything cheaper than that. Or you had to it was just hard to find out how much shipping was going to be at some places. So what did it not have? I guess it didn't let me. Maybe the only thing I saw that I sort of liked on another website was the ability to sort of choose a contrast level. It's about all the feedback. And then it's just like, are you too cheap? Right? Because I know this is like handwork. Back to the 2 or 3 that I saved is potentially other places to try. Right, 35 millimeter scan is it's less than 10 megapixel. Right, if you were just shooting like HP5 and you didn't really care about the TIFFs, right, what we got, this was $14. but then it's not obvious how you get it back. Memphis. Why did I like Memphis? $16. There wasn't a lot of options or choice, right, for pushing and pulling. And there's some things I just don't know, like what's the developer, how much to have it shipped back. Yeah, there's not as much specified here, but that'd be an interesting one too. And then probably actually this one, like, yeah, let's see. And then the last one, I don't know what a 16-inch scan is, right? I don't know. But okay. All right. I think that was it. And then, I think that Jason is going to be, I don't know if he's going to like that I made this video, because maybe. Right. The business that he wishes he could grow is the C41 color negative. And that's because he's got machines that can process, right, the C41. The black and white is hand processed. But I'm going to end with, I have a discount code for Royal We, and I'm going to give it to you, and you're going to get 27% off of your lab services. So it's not going to be this price. It's going to be 27% less. And hopefully, I've offered this discount code a lot, and no one has actually used it. So I think the risk of putting my him out of business is pretty low here. So I'll put that in the description to the video. But what is it? So to get high resolution scans, let's include my 27% discount, right? And it doesn't matter what we chose here. It didn't change the price. $17. So we got to do, what's 25% off $17? $12.75. I wonder if it's, does it apply? Does my discount apply to the scans too? Or just the development? I think to the scans too. $12.75. Plus ship back, which was $2.95. You're looking at $15.70. Okay. Take care.